What is Internet marketing?
Using online channels to promote products or services and build relationships with customers.
Main goal of Internet marketing.
Attract, engage, and convert target audiences profitably through digital channels.
Difference between inbound and outbound marketing.
Inbound attracts users through valuable content they seek.
What is a marketing funnel?
A model describing stages from awareness to conversion and loyalty/advocacy.
Typical funnel stages.
Awareness, interest, consideration, conversion, retention/loyalty.
What is a target audience?
A specific group of people most likely to be interested in a product or service.
What is a buyer persona?
A semi-fictional representation of an ideal customer based on data and research.
What is a value proposition?
A clear statement of the unique benefit a product or service provides and why it's better than alternatives.
What does SEO stand for?
Search engine optimization.
Primary goal of SEO.
Increase organic, non-paid, visibility and traffic from search engines.
3 main types of SEO.
On-page SEO, off-page SEO, technical SEO.
What is on-page SEO?
Optimizing individual pages' content and HTML elements to rank higher and earn relevant traffic.
What is off-page SEO?
Building authority and trust through external signals like backlinks, brand mentions, and social signals.
What is technical SEO?
Improving technical aspects of a website, crawlability, indexation, speed, structure, to help search engines access and understand it.
What is a SERP?
Search engine results page, the page a search engine shows after a query.
What is a keyword in SEO?
Words or phrases users type into search engines to find information.
Difference between short-tail and long-tail keywords.
Short tail, broad, high volume, high competition.
What is keyword intent?
The underlying goal of the searcher, informational, navigational, transactional, commercial.
What is keyword research?
Process of finding and analyzing search terms to target in content and optimization.
What is search volume?
Average number of times a keyword is searched in a given time period.
What is keyword difficulty?
An estimate of how hard it is to rank for a specific keyword.
What is a title tag?
An HTML element that specifies the title of a web page, used as the clickable headline in SERPs.
What is a meta description?
An HTML tag that summarizes a page's content.
What is an H1 tag?
The main heading of a page, indicating its primary topic.
What is internal linking?
Linking between pages on the same website to distribute authority and help navigation.
What is a backlink?
A link from another website pointing to your site.
Why are backlinks important?
They act as votes of confidence, helping improve authority and search rankings.
What is anchor text?
The clickable text in a hyperlink.
What is domain authority, conceptually?
A relative measure of a domain's perceived strength and ability to rank, based on links and other signals.
What is mobile-first indexing?
Google primarily uses the mobile version of content for indexing and ranking.
Why is page speed important for SEO?
Faster pages improve user experience and can positively influence rankings.
What is a sitemap?
A file that lists important pages on a website to help search engines crawl it.
What is a robots.txt file?
A file that tells search engine crawlers which pages or sections they can or cannot access.
What is duplicate content?
Substantially similar or identical content across multiple URLs.
Why can duplicate content be a problem?
It can cause search engines to struggle deciding which version to rank, diluting visibility.
What is a canonical tag?
An HTML tag that tells search engines which version of a page is the preferred, canonical, one.
What is crawl budget?
The number of pages a search engine bot is willing and able to crawl on a site within a given time.
Difference between crawling and indexing.
Crawling, discovery of pages.
What are core web vitals, in general?
User-centric performance metrics focusing on loading, interactivity, and visual stability.
What is local SEO?
Optimizing a business's online presence to appear for local searches and map results.
What does SEM stand for?
Search engine marketing.
Difference between SEO and SEM.
SEO focuses on organic search results.
What does PPC stand for?
Pay-per-click.
What is Google Ads?
Google's advertising platform for running search, display, video, and other types of ads.
What is a search ad?
A text ad that appears on a search engine results page when users search specific keywords.
What is a display ad?
A visual banner or image ad shown on websites, apps, or videos in a display network.
What is a keyword match type?
A setting that controls how closely a user's search query must match your keyword to trigger your ad.
Common keyword match types.
Broad match, phrase match, exact match, negative match.
What is a negative keyword?
A keyword you exclude so your ads don't show for irrelevant searches.
What does CPC stand for?
Cost per click, the amount you pay each time someone clicks your ad.
What is CPM in advertising?
Cost per mil, the cost per 1,000 ad impressions.
What is CTR?
Click-through rate, percentage of people who saw an ad and clicked it.
Basic CTR formula.
CTR equals clicks divided by impressions times 100.
What is quality score in Google Ads?
A rating of keyword and ad relevance and landing page experience that helps determine ad position and CPC.
What is ad rank?
A value used to determine ad position based on bid, quality score, and other factors.
What is a landing page in SEM?
The specific page users are taken to after clicking an ad, designed to match intent and drive conversions.
What is ROAS?
Return on ad spend, revenue generated divided by ad spend.
Basic ROAS formula.
ROAS equals revenue from ads divided by cost of ads.
What is a bidding strategy?
Rules or algorithms that control how the ad platform sets bids to meet campaign goals.
Examples of automated bidding strategies.
Maximize conversions, target CPA, target ROAS.
What is ad frequency capping?
Limiting how many times an individual user sees an ad in a given period.
What is social media marketing?
Using social platforms to build brand awareness, engage audiences, and drive traffic or conversions.
Examples of major social platforms for marketing.
Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter/X, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest.
What is organic social media?
Non-paid posts, interactions, and content shared on social networks.
What is paid social advertising?
Paid placements or sponsored posts on social platforms to reach broader or targeted audiences.
What is social media engagement?
Interactions such as likes, comments, shares, saves, and clicks on social content.
What is a social media content calendar?
A schedule outlining what content will be posted, where, and when across social channels.
What is influencer marketing?
Partnering with individuals who have an audience to promote a brand or product.
What is user-generated content, UGC?
Content created by customers or users about a brand, often repurposed by the brand.
What is a social media algorithm, conceptually?
A system that decides which content to show to which users based on signals like relevance and engagement.
What is social listening?
Monitoring online conversations about your brand, competitors, and industry to gain insights.
What is content marketing?
Creating and distributing valuable, relevant content to attract and engage a clearly defined audience.
Common formats in content marketing.
Blog posts, guides, videos, podcasts, infographics, ebooks, webinars, case studies.
What is evergreen content?
Content that remains relevant and valuable for a long period with minimal updates.
What is a content audit?
A systematic review of existing content to evaluate performance, gaps, and improvement opportunities.
What is a content strategy?
A plan for creating, publishing, and managing content to achieve marketing goals.
What is repurposing content?
Reusing existing content in new formats or channels to extend its reach.
Why is keyword research important for content marketing?
It helps align content with what audiences are actively searching for.
What is a content pillar page?
A comprehensive resource on a broad topic that links to and from more specific cluster content.
What is a content cluster?
A group of related content pieces around a central topic, all interlinked for topical authority.
What is email marketing?
Using email to communicate with subscribers and customers to nurture relationships and drive actions.
What is an email list?
A collection of email addresses of people who have opted in to receive communications.
What is an opt-in?
A person's explicit consent to receive marketing communications, typically by subscribing.
Difference between single opt-in and double opt-in.
Single, subscription confirmed at sign-up.
What is an email newsletter?
A recurring email that shares updates, content, or offers with subscribers.
What is a drip campaign?
An automated series of emails sent based on time or user actions.
What is open rate?
The percentage of delivered emails that were opened.
What is click rate in email?
The percentage of delivered emails that received at least one click.
What is list segmentation?
Dividing your email list into groups based on characteristics or behavior for more targeted messaging.
What is email deliverability?
The ability of an email to successfully reach the recipient's inbox.
What is an unsubscribe link and why is it important?
A link allowing recipients to opt out of future emails, required for compliance and list health.
What is web analytics?
The measurement, collection, analysis, and reporting of web data to understand and optimize web usage.
Common web analytics tools.
Google Analytics, Adobe Analytics, Matimo, etc.
What is a session in analytics?
A group of user interactions with a website within a given time frame.
What is a page view?
A single view of a page on a website.
What is a user in analytics?
An individual visitor, often identified by cookies or user IDs.
What is a conversion in analytics?
A desired action completed by a user, such as a purchase, sign-up, or form submission.
What is a conversion rate?
The percentage of visitors who complete a desired action.
Basic conversion rate formula.
Conversion rate equals conversions divided by total visitors or sessions times 100.
What is a KPI?
Key performance indicator, a measurable value that shows how effectively goals are being achieved.
Examples of common digital marketing KPIs.
Traffic, conversions, conversion rate, CTR, CPC, revenue, ROAS, email opens, engagement.
What is bounce rate?
The percentage of sessions in which users leave after viewing only one page.
What is attribution in analytics?
The process of assigning credit for conversions to different touch points in the customer journey.
What are UTM parameters?
Tagged query string parameters added to URLs to track campaign sources in analytics.
Examples of core UTM parameters.
UTM_source, UTM_medium, UTM_campaign, UTM_term, UTM_content.
What is conversion rate optimization, CRO?
Systematic process of increasing the percentage of visitors who take a desired action on a website.
First step in CRO.
Gather data and understand user behavior, analytics, heat maps, recordings, surveys.
What is A/B testing?
An experiment comparing two versions, A and B, of a page or element to see which performs better.
What is a control in an A/B test?
The original version against which a variation is tested.
What is a variation in an A/B test?
The changed version of the page or element being tested.
What is statistical significance in A/B testing?
A measure indicating that observed differences are unlikely due to chance.
Examples of on-page elements often tested in CRO.
Headlines, call to action text/buttons, images, forms, layout, pricing displays.
What is a call to action, CTA?
A prompt that encourages users to take a specific action, such as buy now or sign up.
What is friction in UX/CRO?
Obstacles or annoyances in the user journey that make it harder to convert.
What is remarketing, retargeting?
Showing ads to people who have previously visited your site or interacted with your brand.
What is a pixel, tracking pixel?
A small piece of code that tracks user behavior and sends data to an ad or analytics platform.
What is marketing automation?
Software and workflows that automate repetitive marketing tasks and personalized messaging based on behavior.
What is omnichannel marketing?
A strategy that provides a seamless, integrated experience across multiple channels and touchpoints.
What is customer lifetime value, CLV or LTV?
The total estimated revenue a business can expect from a customer over the entire relationship.
Basic CLV concept.
Average purchase value times purchase frequency times customer lifespan.
Why is alignment between marketing and sales important?
It ensures consistent messaging, better lead handling, and improved conversion and revenue.
What is lead nurturing?
Developing relationships potential customers at every stage of the funnel through relevant, timely communication.
What is CAC?
Customer acquisition cost, total cost of acquiring a customer, including marketing and sales expenses.
Basic CAC concept.
CAC equals total acquisition costs divided by number of new customers in a period.
What is GA4?
Google Analytics 4, the latest version of Google Analytics focused on events and user-centric measurement.
Difference between Universal Analytics and GA4, conceptually.
Universal focused on sessions and page views.
What is an event in GA4?
A user interaction or occurrence on a site/app that is tracked, such as clicks, scrolls, or purchases.
What is an attribution model?
A rule or set of rules that determines how credit for conversions is distributed across touchpoints.
Examples of common attribution models.
Last click, first click, linear, time decay, position-based, data-driven.
What is last click attribution?
A model that gives all conversion credit to the final touchpoint before conversion.
What is first click attribution?
A model that gives all conversion credit to the first touchpoint.
What is a data-driven attribution model?
A model that uses machine learning and data to assign credit based on observed impact of touchpoints.
What is multi-touch attribution, conceptually?
Attribution that distributes conversion credit across multiple touchpoints in the customer journey.
What is GDPR?
General Data Protection Regulation, EU data protection law regulating personal data processing.
What is a cookie banner used for?
To inform users about cookies and obtain consent where required.
What is a privacy policy, in marketing context?
A document that explains how user data is collected, used, and stored.
Why is consent important in digital marketing?
It ensures legal compliance and builds trust by respecting user choices.
What is copywriting in marketing?
Writing persuasive text that motivates the reader to take a desired action.
What is a unique selling proposition, USP?
A distinct benefit that sets a product or service apart from competitors.
What is social proof?
Evidence that others have used and approved a product or service, like reviews or testimonials.
What is a benefit-focused headline?
A headline that emphasizes the outcome for the user rather than just features.
What is a lead magnet?
A valuable free offer, e.g., ebook, checklist, exchanged for a user's contact information.
What is a marketing qualified lead, MQL?
A lead deemed more likely to become a customer based on marketing criteria and engagement.
What is a sales qualified lead, SQL?
An MQL that has been vetted by sales and is ready for direct sales follow-up.
What is lead scoring?
Assigning points to leads based on actions and attributes to prioritize follow-up.
What is a sales funnel versus a marketing funnel distinction?
Marketing funnel focuses on awareness and interest.
What is top-of-funnel content?
Content aimed at awareness and attracting a broad audience.
What is bottom-of-funnel content?
Content aimed at driving conversion, like demos, trials, and case studies.
What is churn rate?
The percentage of customers who stop using a product or service during a given period.
Why is reducing churn important?
Lower churn increases customer lifetime value and growth efficiency.
What is a referral program?
A system that incentivizes existing customers to refer new customers.
What is a Net Promoter Score, NPS?
A metric that measures customer loyalty based on how likely they are to recommend a brand.
What is a micro-conversion?
A small but meaningful action that indicates progress toward a primary conversion, such as adding to cart or starting checkout.
What is a macro-conversion?
The main desired action on a site, such as completing a purchase, submitting a lead form, or booking a demo.
What is average order value, AOV?
Average revenue per order in a given period.
Basic AOV formula.
AOV equals total revenue divided by number of orders.
What is an upsell?
Encouraging customers to buy a higher priced or upgraded version of the product they are considering.
What is a cross-sell?
Recommending complementary products to increase the total value of a purchase.
What is a tripwire offer?
A low-priced, high-value offer designed to convert leads into first-time customers.
What is a customer journey map?
A visual representation of the steps and touch points a customer goes through from awareness to loyalty.
What is cohort analysis?
Analyzing behavior of groups of users who share a common characteristic or start date over time.
What is segmentation in analytics or marketing?
Dividing users or customers into groups based on shared characteristics or behaviors.
What is personalization in marketing?
Customizing messages, content, or offers based on individual user data and behavior.
What is a growth experiment?
A structured test designed to learn how a specific change affects a key metric like sign-ups or revenue.
What is a test hypothesis in experiments?
A specific, testable statement about how a change will impact a metric.
What is statistical power, conceptually?
The probability that a test will detect a real effect when it exists.
What is frequency in email marketing?
How often subscribers receive emails from a sender over a given period.
What is an email spam complaint rate?
The percentage of delivered emails that recipients mark as spam.
Why is spam complaint rate important?
High complaint rates hurt sender reputation and email deliverability.
What is email sender reputation?
How email providers perceive the trustworthiness of a sender based on history and behavior.
What are SPF, DKIM, and MARC, conceptually?
Email authentication methods that help verify senders and reduce spoofing, improving deliverability.
What is an LTV to CAC ratio?
A metric comparing customer lifetime value to acquisition cost to judge profitability of growth.
Rule of thumb for LTV to CAC ratio.
A commonly cited benchmark is around 3 to 1, meaning LTV is about 3 times CAC.
What is break-even ROAS?
The return on ad spend at which revenue from ads exactly covers ad costs, with zero profit or loss.
How to find break-even ROAS, conceptually?
Use margin and pricing to find the ROAS where profit from conversions equals ad spend.
What is a campaign objective in Facebook ads?
The primary goal chosen for a campaign that guides optimization, such as conversions, traffic, or reach.
What is a lookalike audience?
An audience of new people who are similar to an existing source audience based on behavior and attributes.
What is a custom audience?
A group of people you define for targeting based on data like website visitors, email lists, or app activity.
What is frequency in paid social?
The average number of times each person has seen your ad over a given period.
What is creative fatigue?
Performance decline that happens when audiences see the same ads too often and stop responding.
What is a hook in ad creative?
The opening element in an ad that grabs attention and encourages people to keep watching or reading.
What is a thumb stop?
An attention-grabbing moment early in a video or social ad that makes users stop scrolling.
What is user intent in search versus social?
Search intent is explicit in keywords.
What is a landing page headline best practice?
Clearly communicate the main benefit and match the promise made in the ad or link.
What is message match between ad and landing page?
Consistency between ad copy/offer and landing page content so users see what they expect after clicking.
What is a squeeze page?
A landing page focused almost entirely on capturing a visitor's email or contact information.
What is a thank you page used for in marketing?
To confirm a completed action and often present next steps, upsells, or additional content.
What is a webinar funnel?
A sequence where leads register for a webinar, attend, receive value, and then see an offer or follow-up.
What is a product launch sequence, conceptually?
A structured series of pre-launch, launch, and post-launch messages designed to build anticipation and drive sales.
What is seasonal marketing?
Campaigns and promotions timed around holidays or seasons when demand or attention changes.
What is evergreen marketing?
Campaigns or funnels that run continuously and are not tied to a specific date or season.
What is a content distribution strategy?
A plan for how and where created content will be promoted and repurposed across channels.
What is a content promotion checklist?
A repeatable list of actions you take to share new content, such as posting on social, emailing, and running ads.
What is social proof and ad creatives?
Using testimonials, reviews, logos, or numbers in ads to show that others trust and use the product.
What is a performance plateau?
A stage where campaigns stop improving despite continued optimization efforts.
What is a growth loop, conceptually?
A system where outputs of one cycle feed back as inputs to drive more growth, such as referrals or user-generated content.
What is affiliate marketing?
A marketing model where partners, affiliates, promote a product and earn a commission for each conversion they drive.
What is an affiliate network?
A platform that connects advertisers with affiliates and tracks clicks, leads, and sales for commissions.
What is a coupon or promo code campaign?
A marketing tactic using discount codes to incentivize purchases and track campaign performance.
What is scarcity in marketing?
Communicating limited time or limited quantity to increase urgency and encourage faster decisions.
What is urgency in marketing?
Creating a time-sensitive reason to act now, such as a deadline or expiring bonus.
What is risk reversal?
Reducing perceived risk with guarantees, free trials, or easy refunds to make buying feel safer.
What is a money-back guarantee used for?
To increase trust and reduce purchase anxiety by promising a refund if expectations aren't met.
What is IDA in copywriting?
A framework, attention, interest, desire, action.
What is the PAS copywriting formula?
Problem, agitate, solve, describe the problem, intensify it, then present the solution.
What is a headline split test?
Running an experiment where two different headlines are shown to see which performs better.
What is a lead capture form best practice?
Ask only for essential information needed at that stage to reduce friction.
What is lead enrichment?
Adding extra data to leads, e.g., company size, industry, from third-party or internal sources.
What is B2B marketing?
Marketing products or services from one business to another business.
What is B2C marketing?
Marketing products or services directly to individual consumers.
One key difference between B2B and B2C buying journeys.
B2B often has longer cycles, more stakeholders, and rational considerations.
What is a marketing tech stack, MarTech stack?
The collection of software tools a company uses to plan, execute, and measure marketing.
Examples of common MarTech tools.
Analytics platforms, CRMs, email service providers, ad platforms, landing page builders, A/B testing tools.
What is a CRM system?
Customer relationship management software used to store contacts and track interactions and deals.
What is a lead nurture email sequence?
A series of emails designed to build trust and move leads closer to purchase over time.
What is cart abandonment?
When users add items to their cart but leave without completing checkout.
What is a cart abandonment email or sequence?
Automated follow-up emails sent to users who left items in their cart to bring them back to purchase.
What is social retargeting?
Showing ads on social platforms specifically to people who visited your site or engaged with your content.
What is view-through attribution?
Giving some credit for conversions to ads that were seen but not clicked.
What is a multi-channel campaign?
A campaign that uses multiple marketing channels in a coordinated way to reach the same audience and goal.
What is channel attribution?
Analyzing which marketing channels contribute to conversions and how much credit each should receive.
What is a media plan?
A document that outlines which channels, budgets, and timing will be used for advertising campaigns.
What is a content calendar goal?
To organize topics, formats, and publishing dates so content supports marketing objectives consistently.
What is brand awareness?
The extent to which people recognize and remember a brand.
What is brand consideration?
The stage where potential customers actively think about buying from a brand among alternatives.
What is a brand positioning statement?
A concise description of how a brand is different and why it is the best choice for a specific audience.
What is price anchoring?
Showing a higher reference price so the actual offer seems more attractive by comparison.
What is a decoy offer?
An intentionally less attractive option used to steer customers toward a preferred choice.
What is a freemium model?
A pricing model where a basic version is free and advanced features require payment.
What is a free trial?
A limited time period where users can use a paid product at no cost to experience its value.
What is a paywall?
A barrier that restricts access to content or features until a user pays or subscribes.
What is churn in a subscription business?
The rate at which subscribers cancel or stop paying over a period.
What is MRR, monthly recurring revenue?
Predictable monthly revenue from subscriptions or recurring contracts.
Basic MRR formula.
MRR equals sum of all active subscription values in a month.
What is expansion revenue?
Additional revenue from existing customers through upsells, cross-sells, or upgrades.
What is a North Star metric?
A single key metric that best captures the core value a product delivers to customers.
What is a lagging indicator?
A metric that reflects results after they have happened, such as revenue or total sign-ups.
What is a leading indicator?
A metric that predicts future performance, such as trial starts or demo requests.
What is a qualitative feedback method?
Collecting non-numerical insights through interviews, open-ended surveys, or user tests.
What is a quantitative feedback method?
Collecting numerical data through analytics, structured surveys, or experiments.
What is a heat map tool used for?
To visualize where users click, scroll, or move their cursor on a page.
What is session recording in UX research?
Capturing anonymized replays of user sessions to see how people navigate and where they get stuck.
What is a hypothesis backlog?
A prioritized list of ideas to test, each with a hypothesis, expected impact, and plan.
What is a YouTube pre-roll ad?
A video ad that plays before the main YouTube video content.
What is a skippable in-stream ad?
A YouTube ad format that viewers can skip after a few seconds.
What is a non-skippable in-stream ad?
A video ad that viewers must watch in full before the content, usually up to 15 or 20 seconds.
What is a TrueView campaign, conceptually?
A YouTube ad model where advertisers typically pay when viewers choose to watch or interact with the video.
What is watch time on YouTube?
Total amount of time viewers spend watching videos, a key engagement metric.
What is click-to-open rate, CTOR, in email?
The percentage of email opens that result in at least one click.
CTOR basic formula.
CTOR equals unique clicks divided by unique opens times 100.
What is list hygiene in email?
Regularly cleaning and updating your email list to remove inactive or invalid addresses.
What is a re-engagement campaign?
A series of messages aimed at reactivating inactive subscribers or customers.
What is a content upgrade?
A bonus piece of content related to a specific article that users can get in exchange for their email.
What is pillar content versus snackable content?
Pillar content is deep and comprehensive.
What are vanity metrics?
Metrics that look impressive but do not strongly correlate with business outcomes, such as raw follower counts.
What are outcome metrics?
Metrics tied directly to business results, such as revenue, leads, or sign-ups.
What is a lead magnet landing page?
A page dedicated to offering a specific lead magnet in exchange for contact information.
What is a multi-step form?
A form that breaks questions into multiple pages or steps to reduce perceived effort.
What is a chatbot in marketing?
Automated messaging software on web or messaging platforms that answers questions and guides users.
What is conversational marketing?
Using real-time, two-way conversations, often via chat, to move prospects through the funnel.
What is community-led growth, conceptually?
A strategy where an engaged community of users or fans helps drive adoption and retention.
What is a social media takeover?
When a guest, like an influencer or partner, temporarily posts on a brand's social account to reach new audiences.
What is UGC seeding?
Proactively encouraging or providing products to creators so they produce user-generated content about the brand.
What is a lead velocity rate?
The growth rate of qualified leads over a given time period.
What is pipeline in B2B marketing and sales?
The total value and number of potential deals currently in stages leading up to a close.
What is a nurture track based on behavior?
An automated flow that sends different messages depending on how users interact with previous emails or content.
What is progressive profiling?
Gradually collecting more information about a lead over time instead of asking for everything up front.
What is Google Search Console used for?
A free Google tool that helps monitor search performance, index coverage, and technical issues for your site.
What is a robots meta tag?
An HTML tag that tells search engines whether to index a page and follow its links.
What is Nindex?
A directive that tells search engines not to include a page in their search index.
What is nofollow?
A directive that tells search engines not to pass ranking value through a specific link.
What is hreflang used for?
An HTML attribute that indicates language and regional targeting for international or multilingual pages.
What is schema markup, structured data?
Code that helps search engines understand content types, enabling rich results like stars or FAQs.
What is a featured snippet?
A highlighted answer box at the top of some Google results that summarizes information from a page.
What is a zero-click search?
A search where the user gets their answer directly on the results page without clicking any result.
What is Google Shopping, product listing ads?
A type of ad that shows product images, prices, and merchant names in shopping results.
What is a product feed in e-commerce marketing?
A structured file that lists product data like titles, prices, and images for ad platforms.
What is dynamic remarketing?
Remarketing that automatically shows ads featuring specific products people viewed on your site.
What is a TikTok Spark ad, conceptually?
An ad format that boosts existing organic TikTok posts as paid ads.
What is a hashtag strategy on social media?
A plan for using relevant hashtags to increase content discoverability and reach targeted communities.
What is a social media content pillar?
A core topic category that guides recurring content themes across social channels.
What is a brand style guide?
A document that defines visual and verbal guidelines so marketing stays consistent across channels.
What is A/B/N testing?
An experiment where more than two variations, A, B, C, etc., are tested against each other.
What is a holdout group in experiments?
A portion of the audience that does not receive a campaign so you can measure true incremental impact.
What is incrementality in marketing?
The additional results caused by a campaign compared to what would have happened without it.
What is a marketing OKR?
Objectives and key results used to set and measure specific marketing goals and outcomes.
What is a content brief?
A document that outlines goals, audience, keywords, and structure for a piece of content before it is created.
What is topical authority?
Perceived expertise on a subject built by covering related topics comprehensively and coherently.
What is dark social?
Traffic and sharing that happens in private channels like messaging apps or email, which is hard to track directly.
What is a brand lift study?
Research that measures changes in brand awareness, consideration, or intent after exposure to ads.
What is a creative testing roadmap?
A prioritized plan for which ad concepts, formats, and messages will be tested over time.
What is local citation building?
Creating consistent business listings, name, address, phone, on local directories and sites to improve local SEO.
What is NAP consistency?
Ensuring a business's name, address, and phone number are identical across all listings and websites.
What is Google Business Profile, GBP?
Google's listing for businesses that appears in local search and maps, showing key business info.
What is a review generation strategy?
A plan to encourage satisfied customers to leave public reviews on platforms like Google and Yelp.
What is social proof in local SEO context?
Public reviews, ratings, and testimonials that influence local search visibility and trust.
What is a service area business, SAB?
A business that serves customers at their locations rather than at a storefront.
What is appointment scheduling integration?
Connecting booking tools with websites or profiles so customers can schedule directly online.
What is a lead gen landing page?
A page specifically designed to capture contact information from potential customers for follow-up.
What is above the fold content?
The part of a web page visible without scrolling on initial load.
Why is above the fold important for conversions?
Key value, proof, and CTAs here strongly influence whether users stay or bounce.
What is a hero section on a landing page?
The prominent top area featuring main headline, subheadline, visual, and primary CTA.
What is the one-to-one attention ratio concept?
For a campaign, each landing page should ideally have one primary goal and one main CTA.
What is a microcopy example in UX?
Small bits of text like form hints, error messages, or button labels that guide users.
What is form field validation?
Real-time or after-submit checks that ensure users enter information in the correct format.
What is a multi-touch nurture journey?
a planned sequence of varied touchpoints, email, ads, content that guides leads over time.
What is a sales enablement asset?
Content or tools created to help sales teams close deals, such as decks, one-pagers, or ROI calculators.
What is a case study used for in marketing?
To show real-world results and build credibility with detailed customer success stories.
What is a testimonial versus a case study difference?
A testimonial is a short endorsement.
What is a product qualified lead, PQL?
A lead that has shown buying intent based on product usage, such as hitting key milestones in a free tier or trial.
What is a usage-based pricing model?
A pricing approach where customers pay based on how much they use a product or service.
What is a content syndication program?
Distributing your content on third-party sites to reach new audiences and generate leads.
What is co-marketing?
Two or more brands collaborating on joint campaigns, content, or events to reach shared audiences.
What is an account-based marketing, ABM, strategy?
A B2B approach that focuses marketing and sales efforts on a defined set of high-value target accounts.
What is a target account list, TAL?
A curated list of specific companies an ABM program will focus on.
What is intent data, in B2B marketing?
Signals that indicate which companies might be in market, based on content consumption and behavior.
What is a marketing funnel leak?
A point in the funnel where a high percentage of prospects drop off before taking the next step.
What is a lead scoring model?
A defined set of rules for assigning points to leads based on attributes and behaviors.
What is a lead handoff process?
The defined steps for transferring qualified leads from marketing to sales.
What is multi-touchpoint storytelling?
Using multiple pieces of content across channels to tell a cohesive, evolving story about a brand or offer.
What is a nurture email with soft CTA?
An email focused on value and education, with a low-friction call to action like reading a blog post.
What is a hard CTA in marketing?
A direct ask for a high-commitment action, such as start your free trial or schedule a demo.
What is a marketing SLA, service level agreement?
An agreement between marketing and sales that defines lead quality, volume, and follow-up expectations.
What is a retargeting window?
The number of days after a user's interaction during which they remain eligible to see retargeting ads.
What is frequency capping in retargeting?
Limiting how many retargeting impressions a user sees within a certain time period.
What is burnout in an email list?
When subscribers become less responsive due to over-emailing or irrelevant content.
What is list pruning?
Removing unengaged subscribers from an email list to improve engagement and deliverability.
What is a UTM naming convention?
Standard rules for how UTM parameters are named to keep tracking consistent and analyzable.
What is channel mix?
The combination of marketing channels a brand uses and their relative budget allocation.
What is an always-on campaign?
A campaign that runs continuously rather than being limited to a short burst or specific dates.
What is a burst campaign?
A short, intense campaign designed to create a spike in attention or conversions.
What is cross-channel remarketing?
Following users across different channels, e.g., search, social, display, with coordinated remarketing messages.
What is a promotion calendar?
A schedule that maps out upcoming sales, launches, and campaigns over time.
What is customer onboarding, in SaaS or apps?
The process and communication that help new users quickly reach value and understand how to use a product.
What is feature adoption, in product marketing?
The extent to which users start using a specific feature after it is launched or promoted.
What is a product marketing launch plan?
A structured plan covering positioning, messaging, channels, and assets needed to bring a product or feature to market.
What is qualitative user research interview?
A structured conversation with a user to understand their needs, behaviors, and perceptions.
What is a customer advisory board, CAB?
A group of key customers who provide feedback and insights to guide product and marketing decisions.
What is a beta program?
A limited release of a product or feature to a small group for testing and feedback before full launch.
What is churn survey?
A short questionnaire sent to customers who cancel to understand why they left.
What is win-loss analysis?
A process for understanding why deals are won or lost, based on feedback from prospects and customers.